Good evening and welcome. Tonight we delve into the heart of America's storm belt, revisiting the days when the skies turned black and the earth trembled beneath the fury of some of the deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history. From the tri-state tornado to the historic Omaha tornado of 1913, we'll uncover the stories of resilience and loss that have come to define these catastrophic events. Through first-hand accounts and expert analysis, we'll examine the science behind these natural disasters and the lasting impact they've had on our nation. Join us as we peel back the layers of time and bear witness to the raw power of nature and the indomitable spirit of those who rebuilt from the rubble. Our journey begins on April 6, 1936, a day that dawned with the promise of spring, but soon descended into chaos as a supercell thunderstorm bore down on the region. In Gainesville, Georgia, residents went about their day, unaware of the impending doom. Shortly after lunchtime, the sirens wailed, a chilling prelude to the horror that was about to unfold. A monstrous tornado roared into Gainesville, tearing through the heart of the city with terrifying force. Buildings crumbled, homes were reduced to splinters, and the streets were transformed into a swirling vortex of dust and debris. The Gainesville tornado claimed the lives of 203 souls, leaving a community in mourning and a nation reeling in shock. The physical scars on the landscape were a stark reminder of the tornado's power, but it was the emotional toll, the loss of loved ones, the shattered lives, that cut the deepest. Just a day before Gainesville, on April 5, 1936, the same storm system unleashed its fury on another unsuspecting town. This time it was Tupelo, Mississippi, that would bear the brunt of nature's wrath. As evening descended, a monstrous twister tore through the city, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable destruction. Tupelo, then a city of 6,000, was ill-prepared for the ferocity of the storm. The tornado, later determined to be an F5, ripped through residential neighborhoods, reducing entire blocks to rubble. The Gumtree neighborhood, a vibrant African-American community, was particularly hard hit. The storm's path seemed to target this area, leaving a disproportionate number of casualties in its wake. The official death toll in Tupelo reached 233, making it one of the deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history. The storm left an indelible mark on the city, not just in the physical scars on the landscape but in the collective memory of its people. The year was 1896. St. Louis, a bustling metropolis on the banks of the Mississippi, was a symbol of American progress. But on the afternoon of May 27th, the city's sense of invincibility would be shattered by a force beyond human control. As a line of severe thunderstorms rumbled across the region, a monstrous tornado, later estimated to be an F4 in intensity, descended upon St. Louis with terrifying speed. The storm ripped through the heart of the city, carving a path of destruction a mile wide and over 10 miles long. The Eads Bridge, a marvel of engineering, stood directly in the twister's path. The bridge swayed precariously as the tornado's fury battered its steel frame. Miraculously, the bridge held, a testament to its sturdy construction, but the same could not be said for much of the city surrounding it. Brick buildings crumbled, their facades ripped away like paper. Homes were reduced to splinters, their contents scattered for miles. The storm tossed streetcars like toys, ripped roofs off churches, and sent debris swirling through the air with deadly force. The St. Louis tornado claimed the lives of at least 255 people, making it one of the deadliest in U.S. history. Over 1,000 more were injured, and the damage to property was estimated at over $10 million, an astronomical sum at the time. The St. Louis tornado stands as a stark reminder that even in the face of technological advancement, the power of nature can still overwhelm human endeavors. We turn back the clock now to the year 1840. The young nation was still grappling with westward expansion, and the bustling port city of Natchez, Mississippi, was a gateway to the south. But on the afternoon of May 7th, tragedy struck with a fury that would forever etch this date into the annals of American history. It began with an ominous stillness in the air, a sudden hush that fell over the city as if nature itself were holding its breath. Then, from the southwest, a monstrous black funnel descended from the storm clouds, its roar growing louder with each passing second. The Great Natchez Tornado, as it would come to be known, was upon them. This was not a storm like any other. The tornado, later estimated to be an F5 on the Fujita scale, tore through Natchez with terrifying speed, its path cutting a swath of devastation through the heart of the city. The waterfront, usually a hive of activity, was transformed into a scene of utter chaos. Ships were ripped from their moorings, tossed about like toys by the wind and waves. Some were hurled onto land, their masts snapping like twigs, while others were sunk beneath the churning waters of the Mississippi. Entire blocks of homes and businesses were obliterated, reduced to rubble in the blink of an eye. The air was thick with the smell of splintered wood, dust, and the cries of the injured. The Great Natchez Tornado claimed the lives of over 300 people, making it the second deadliest tornado in U.S. history. March 18, 1925. A day etched in infamy, a day that serves as a stark reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. On this day, a vortex of unimaginable fury, now known as the Tri-State Tornado, carved a path of destruction across 3 states, leaving behind a legacy of loss and devastation that remains unparalleled in American history. The storm first touched down in southeastern Missouri, quickly growing in intensity as it churned northeastward. It crossed the Mississippi River, its winds whipping the water into a frenzy before slamming into southern Illinois. Towns stood in the path of this monstrous storm, their fate hanging precariously in the balance. The small mining town of Murphysboro, Illinois, bore the full brunt of the tornado's fury. The storm, an estimated F5, ripped through the town with a roar that survivors likened to 1,000 freight trains. Homes were reduced to splinters, businesses were flattened, and the landscape was scarred beyond recognition. But the Tri-State Tornado was far from finished. It continued its rampage, crossing into Indiana, its path marked by a trail of debris and despair. The storm remained on the ground for an astonishing 3.5 hours, a record that still stands today. By the time it finally lifted, it had carved a path of destruction 219 miles long and a mile wide. The Tri-State Tornado's impact was staggering. It claimed the lives of 695 people, the deadliest tornado in U.S. history. Over 2,000 were injured, and entire communities were left in ruins. As we've journeyed through some of the darkest chapters in America's history with tornadoes, we arrive now at a story of resilience and remembrance. On March 23, 1913, Omaha, Nebraska, a city on the rise, faced its own reckoning with the awesome power of nature. It began on a Sunday afternoon, as a line of severe thunderstorms marched across the region, bringing with them the threat of hail and high winds. But lurking within these storms was a danger far greater, a danger that would soon etch this day into Omaha's memory. Shortly after 4:30 p.m., a tornado touched down southwest of the city, near the town of Ralston. It was a monster, a swirling vortex of destruction that carved a path through the countryside before setting its sights on Omaha. The tornado, an estimated F4 in intensity, first struck the city's outskirts, ripping through the town of Ralston, killing 7 people and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Then, it moved towards the heart of Omaha. The storm roared through residential neighborhoods, its winds howling like banshees, ripping apart homes and businesses, and tossing debris through the air with deadly force. The city's burgeoning downtown was also in the tornado's path, its skyscrapers no match for the fury of the storm. The tornado cut a swath of destruction a quarter-mile wide through the heart of Omaha. When the dust settled, the toll was staggering. 94 people lay dead, their lives claimed in an instant. Over 600 homes were reduced to rubble, and over 1,100 more were damaged. The tornado had left an indelible mark on Omaha, both physically and emotionally. But from the rubble, a spirit of resilience emerged. The Omaha tornado of 1913 serves as a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit can endure. Tonight, we've revisited some of the most harrowing moments in American history, moments when the fury of nature forever altered the landscape and the lives of those who endured. The stories of these tornadoes are not just tales of devastation, but also testaments to the resilience of the human spirit. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons learned from these tragedies, working together to create a safer and more resilient future for all who live in the shadow of the storm. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on historic events and natural disasters.